as the head-on collision. So if I'm going at 50 miles an hour and he's going at 50 miles an hour and we just meet in the middle, there's a lot of energy dispersed there. So to create that collision effect, you can do it by attaching to somebody and pulling them onto your shot. So as an example, what we looked at before was I clinch you here, and then as I knee, I'll pull your body onto the shot. Now we're just going to take the same analogy to pulling with one arm and hitting with the other. In this case, using the elbow. Now the object of me hitting him with the elbow, if I hit him with a tie style elbow on a diagonal line, I would look to hit somebody of his height in blood pressure. Right on the side of the neck, drop his blood pressure. But this is a valid target, so clavicle, chin, jawbone, all the way around, all the socket, anywhere in his cheekbone or facial structure here. Will give me a good effect if I plant the elbow. But if I throw the elbow without holding on, it's possible if I'm telegraphic, which I shouldn't be, but if I was, he might pull back, in which case I'm only going to clip him or miss him. So I want a good shot. So I want to grab his head and hit him. The objective of me hitting him in this bony structure is so that I can shake his brain. Because if I shake his brain, I'll knock him the fuck out. It's contradictory to think that if I hold him and hit him, that I'm going to get that effect, because I'm actually stabilising his head, which takes away some of the brain shake. So that's not what I'm doing. What I'm actually doing is I'm concussively slapping and pulling his head forward onto the path of my elbow and letting go as it lands. Do you understand? So he's getting collision here and here. Massive effect. So to learn that skill, you could use a pad, you could use a tie pad, you could use some kind of training heads that they have, we could use some kind of bob dummy. But you should work between a piece of kit and a partner to get real feel. So this would be holding his head, holding his head. Ballistically, pulling his head would have two inserts to it. And the first insert would be this as I reach for it. So why would I reach to touch this when I could hit that with my arm? And when I reach to touch it now, I just want to pull it. Well, why would I pull it when I could ballistically pull it? I wouldn't, so I'm offensive. So what I want to create is, first of all, hitting with the inside of my forearm to the outside of his, which replicates that. And then from there, I just want to loosely pull this. So I want to hit, pull, hit, pull, and then put it together here. And as I pull, I would pull onto the path of this shot. You understand? That's how I turn a normal elbow into a super elbow on steroids. Right? So to get it first, you've got to practice a couple of things. First thing, you elbow with the point of your elbow, size of a 50p piece. You do not elbow with your forearm. Same on your knee. You knee with the knuckle of your knee. You do not knee with your thigh. Right? First of all, you want the point of the elbow on the circle of this target. So for now, just to feel it, I'm going to hold it, and then I'm going to turn my whole body as I step, so I get body weight transference at speed into my strike. So the first part is I'm going to hold this, bury that, bury that, bury that. And I'm only really consciously holding it. Then I want to release, and I want to ballistically pull it onto me on a half beat. So understand beats. 2 beats of a drum. Boom, boom. That's 2 drum beats. Boom, 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 boom. Half beat. Ba-boom. Like a double tap with a gun. Single shot, boom. 2 single shots. Boom, boom. Double tap. Ba-boom. You get the deal? So to create that sound, I want that followed by that. Here. Pulling, and as I release, bury that. This will give me a knockout shot. Do you understand? So you're going to start with partner. First I want you to try one of these heads. So you're going to try this head, get the one. Right? Get that with your partner, one with yours. So try. Right? And what I want you to get a feel of, so the arm represents the neck, that's the neck deep. And the head, or back structure of the neck, represents what you want to hold below. So what I want to do is, in theory, is that. I just want to pull that here. But how I'm pulling it is I'm hitting it, then I'm pulling it here. shot. Boom, boom, like this. Yeah? Be somebody that's straight in front of you without attachment. And you do it as an entry. So it works particularly well if somebody's animated, aggressive. So culturally you see in different cultures people are more animated than others. Like quite often in game culture you see somebody puff up, next blow, walk forward, nudge you, push this way, tell you to breathe it, this kind of thing. And their chin is up and they're really open and they're showing you every single target that you would need to hit. Or could hit any single target that you wanted. Conversely, my position would be balanced, chin down, groin tucked and hands up like you didn't want any trouble. So on CCTV, or to an impartial witness, I look more aggressive. Whereas this subject's extremely aggressive. Because his body language is open, and he's not considering he's showing targets, which is what he's doing, is because his mentality right now is predatory. And he deems you as prey. He doesn't believe you're going to do anything, which is fucking useful. Because it gives you the element of surprise. So if you combine the element of surprise to speed and violence of action, you have the ingredients for successful close quarter battle. So from here, from this position, a very fast way to knee somebody would be to unweight your feet and to walk very quickly into them. But instead of walking quickly into them, I'll walk in as I knee, which will incline him forward. This is one way in which you could use a knee. But in most cases, the way a knee is used, it's usually after I've done something, they've got an attachment. So I grabbed a hold of him already in some way. So an example of using the elbow just now, I would have passed and then attached, now I'll elbow. I wouldn't usually, unless we're extremely close, start the encounter with this, although I might. But here I want to use the example of the knee. Because I'm offline, I want to put this structure of my forearm, which is sharp, to the side of his neck. I want to just drive this in to his brachial notch, to his brachial plexus. And like Kelly would say, I'm going to rub it in, I'm just going to turn it and put it in. It's quite sharp. When I put this in here, the hand is open and free behind his head. From here I'm just going to slide the forearm down, and as I do, I'm going to pull on his neck. This motion is called a neck down. Neck down. And it propels the subject forward onto something coming upward, which in this case is going to be the knee. Right? So without that, if I was in this structure, I could literally just from here take a step and knee immediately, simultaneously. Well here, maybe I just do this first, or he rushes in at the upper side, and now I have to put this structure up to stop him from coming in. So notice how strong this structure is. If I close this off, and I put my shoulders past my hips, he'll bull me forward because he's superior weight. But if I keep my nose over toes, and I pike this or angle it, much like the spear that Tony Blauer understood as a geometrical shape is really strong, but I'm taking the attributes that that has. And when it comes full hard, it's just worse for him. So if somebody rushes you, just puts your hands up, it looks defensive. But it's from this position that when I knee him, I will neck him down onto it. See the deal? So I want you to get a feel of that. So to get a feel of that neck down, I'm going to put this to his groin. The knee's the last component you're going to add. So you're just going to man up and feel it here a couple of times. You're just going to go here, just here, touch and push, touch and push. Then from here, just pull, copy it. So I'm going 1, 2 for the knee. This thing gives me this target, I can finish. Do you understand, Joe? What we're doing is attaching, necking down. Attaching, necking down. Then sink the knee in. Yeah? Or you're going to work, just doing a couple, that's all you're going to do. You need to regularly get a feel of the clinch. So clinching would be, I just pull him in, grab. If you can just grab and smother him in this way, like a tight clinch, one hand, not fingers interlocked, just this. Here, using elbows on his clavicle, pulling his head down, you've got good control and good leverage. But as you go to grab that, before you can secure it, he could struggle and pull out there, or do something to me. So when I reach for it, I want it to be explosive, so I get there quickly. And when I get there quickly, the very first time I've got there has interrupted his pattern of thinking. So what that means is, the first thing I've done is significant. What makes a tie knee from the clinch significant is the knee. The clinch is redundant, it's the knee, because the knee only comes out if they've got the clinch. What makes this efficient is the first thing I do. So a combative clinch knee starts combatively with the clinch. So as soon as I do this, I'm already cooking. You understand? So I immediately, if I slap in here, I'm slapping in just with the palm into the side of the neck under the brainstem. And as I slap in here, I bring the inside of this arm just to the other side. So it's just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, or a half beat, boom. And then it's from there, both nice and relaxed, I'll just pull down. So my clinch, instead of being nice and gentle, is massively ballistic. And it's followed with the knee to the groin, which brings the head forward because there's no attention on the low-lying target. So what we're going to do is this, not the big loud clatters, you're just getting the time in. So you're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, boom, 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 boom. Just want you to hear 3 slaps, bam, bam, bam. Just hear the sound so you get the cadence, because it's that. Yeah. And then it becomes one thing, it's just this, with this, and then boom, finish it. Show me this. Understand this from a usefulness point of view. Do this close. It's close quarters to almost extreme close quarters. Your hands are up. Context of the situation, if you could have left, you would have. If you could have talked him down, you would have. But you tried to talk him down, he's not listening. You've gone to walk away and he stepped in front of you to stop your movement, and now you're in this situation. Based on what he does next, in terms of behavioural criteria, dictates whether or not you feel he's going to attack you. If you feel that he's doing something that suggests he's going to assault you, it's in your interest to preemptively do something to him before he does something to you. So something you could do could be strike, spin him into a choke, push him and roll. It could be any number of things. In this case, you're going to clinch him high and then knee him low, because the proximity of the environment dictates he's really close. So your hands are already here. So the closest viable thing that I could do is basically grab his head. Sorry. And as I ballistic, I'll pull it. Have you got a cup? Yeah. As I ballistically grab his head, I'll knee him immediately. So I could do it same time. Or I could do it on a cadence where I clinch first and then I knee. Regardless of that, I'm kneeing him unannounced. So the best kick in the groin that I could give him would be if I made him hypnotised and he was asleep. I ran back from all this distance and had this much wind up, and now I could run in and kick as hard as I could. Well, I'm almost creating the same effect where he's not seeing it coming because I took his attention ballistically here. I've shown you how the little nuance of that is to go 1, 2, 3. Ba ba ba. Now people might think that's a fine motor skill, but if you rip that out 50 times, you're a fucking moron if you ain't got it. It's boom, that's it, it's easy. What you're actually doing is securing the head so I can knee the groin. You don't need a rocket science degree for that. It's very gross motor. If nothing else, and you can't get the cadence of rattling his crate like that, just ballistically grab his crate. Just do all that in one. Boom. Just do that. Grab the head, knee the groin. When you get this energy forward now, smash into the ground and move to the rear line. I want you to get the nuance of what we just looked at. 1, 2, 3. So literally, bam, boom. It's smooth, it rattles his brain. It's like 3 shots, 3 incidental shots before the knee hits. But if not, then just briskly grab. Gonna grab here, boom, with 1, 2, big measure, put him on the ground, and move off. That's the end drill. So last thing we're doing. Yes? Can you coach that for me?